This is Rajan Pental from Yes Bank. I'm the global head for the retail banking for Yes Bank. Today's session will be led by a very eminent banker, Mr. Prashant Kumar, who's the MD and CEO at Yes Bank. And before that, Mr. Prashant was the CFO and the Deputy Managing Director at State Bank of India.
Very good evening to all customers, all our very valued customers of Yes Bank in different geographies.
Where do you see India's growth trajectory in the first 1 or 2 years from here?
So what we are seeing, there is a substantial improvement on the economic cycle. If you see the overall numbers, whether it is in terms of the collections of the taxes, in terms of industrial productions, in terms of the e-way bills, we are seeing a positive trajectory out of this. Very recently, even the automobile sector has started showing good numbers on YOY basis. From the bank side, when we are talking to our customers, we are seeing there is a huge improvement which is happening on the real estate side, which is happening on the construction side, which is happening in the manufacturing, the trades and services. So we are quite hopeful that next 2 quarters, say by end of December 2020, we should be back to the pre-COVID levels. But definitely for the entire year, we are expecting a contraction in the GDP. But next year onwards, I think we are again going to bounce back with a GDP of something around 7%.
How Indians staying overseas can make the most out of banking in India? Is it the right time for them to actually invest in India?
Across the globe, the rate of interest have come down to almost 0%. And in India, despite the regulators reducing the rate of interest in the market as such, but I think the banks are offering still much better rate of interest to our depositors. I think these are the very, very interesting time for people who are abroad to invest in India in terms of both capital appreciation and also in terms of better returns on their savings and on the investment.
What exactly happened in the last 4 months at Yes Bank that it was able to, kind of completely transform itself? And also, what is your vision for Yes Bank of future?
Thanks to the wonderful team which we have in Yes Bank, and also the wonderful support we got from all our customers, I think we have been able to come back to the normal situation very fast. So I think this continuous customer engagement, support which we got from all the stakeholders, including State Bank of India, then raising capital on our own by 15,000 crores, returning back to Reserve Bank of India that 50,000 crores of borrowing, and today we are absolutely back to normal. And I can share with you going forward, and this would be a very strong private sector bank going forward, offering the best of the customer service.
How do you see Yes Bank growing in terms of profitability and stability in the next 4 quarters?
We are now we are stable in terms of capital, in terms of liabilities. There is no issue. As a structure also, we have made a lot of structural changes within the bank. That part is over. In terms of profitability, we have already come out with our business plan where we would be already, like if you see in the very first quarter, we could post a profit after continuous losses for last 3 quarters. And going forward, we are working towards a business plan which would give a ROA of 1% over a period of 3 years. And then in medium term of 3 to 5 years, we will be posting a ROA of 1.5% onward. This journey would be definitely working on a couple of factors. One would be we are targeting a deposit growth of almost 100% during the current financial year. We are also targeting a loan growth of 10% during the current financial year and 20% in the next year onwards. Though we are changing our strategy, we are shifting from the corporate lending to more on the retail and MSME. So retail, which was 45% earlier, would go to 60%. So both on liability side and on the asset side, we would be more granular, we would be more sustainable, and we would be profitable by reducing our cost and also riding on our digital capabilities.
Any plans of merger with SBI? And he has an equally more interesting question, which says that we can see from sitting at a distance that some of the banks in India are quite weak at this point of time. So will Yes Bank come forward and merge them into it?
No such proposition to merge with the State Bank of India. I think from the day one when the government of India came out with the reconstruction of Yes Bank, so the strategy from government, from RBI, from everybody else, that Yes Bank would continue to be a very strong bank on the private sector side. Because if you just think like if the merger with SBI has to happen, it could have happened on the 6th of March instead of this bank continue to be on the private sector. So I can again would like to share with all our customers, Yes Bank would continue to be a very strong bank on the private sector side. But I think your second part is very, very interesting. And yes, we are becoming stronger. And going forward, if there is any such opportunity where we merge any weak entity to have a inorganic growth, so we would definitely look forward for such opportunities.
Are you going to open branches in the Middle East?
We need to take care of our citizens who have settled outside India. So I think what you are saying is absolutely something which we are actively considering. And not only Middle East, we would be looking for all those geographies where large number of Indian diaspora is present.
Can you guarantee that moratorium will not be imposed again?
One part, if you see the moratorium on Yes Bank is just out of question, no question at all. And because bank has come out from all these problems and doing very well now.
We keep hearing about Yes Bank's focus on digital banking.
Yes Bank is a market leader. Even today, even after moratorium, continue to be market leader. We are having 40% market share in terms of UPI payment. Now, for a country where Yes Bank market share in deposit and advances is just 2%, but on the payment side, if we are having a market share of 40%, it means we are sitting on a huge database. And today, data is a new gold, I would be saying. So what we are doing, we have set up a large analytical team. This analytical team is working on the database of all these transactions. And this analytics generate the business leads, would also tell us what is the customer behavior. We would be able to get new business on the basis of the database and also in terms of offering the various products and services as per customers' requirement. We are working on creating a first digital bank for India over a period of time. Journey has already started and all digital capabilities would be placed and our people are working, and going forward you would see one of the best products offerings available to our customers on digital channel.
What happens when SBI exits Yes Bank?
I think when SBI is going to exit from Yes Bank, they would make huge profit. They would not have made such profit in any of their other investment in their subsidiaries. So I think that would be the most rewarding investment for SBI out of this investment.
What is our stand on the interest rates vis-a-vis the industry?
So I think we would continue to offer a differential rate of interest over the public sector banks and also some of the other private sector banks. But definitely one thing is very, very clear. We have to be in the market. We cannot be out of the market. So going forward, depending on how the interest rate would move in the economy, I think our interest rate would also move in that direction. But yes, we would continue to offer definitely better returns to our customers in future also.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prashant, for taking out time.
Thank you so much.